Ranking Member, Mr. Burgess of Texas. 5 minutes, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, and I thank you and Chairman Waxman for convening this important hearing. I thank our witnesses for being here. Thank you to the Smiths from Tennessee for sharing your compelling story with us today. So far, this committee has received thousands of documents from both Toyota Motor Company and the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration showing the complaints they've received over the years and their investigations into those complaints. While this committee's investigation is ongoing, it is clear that Toyota and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration received numerous complaints about sudden unintended acceleration in Toyota vehicles. And lately, you can't pick up the newspaper without reading a new announcement about a problem with a Toyota. Lexus, Camry, Prius, and now Corolla. In 4 short weeks, we heard in rapid succession that there was a problem with floor mats, then the pedals got stuck in the floor mat, and then the pedals themselves were sticky and stayed depressed even after the driver took his or her foot off the gas. Many of us are surprised at the swiftness, the breadth, and the depth of this recall by a company that really we're all familiar with for having had a good reputation as a car company that makes quality, safe products, and many owners are very loyal to the brand. In fact, last year, Toyota was the #1 in auto sales in the United States. Corolla is the #1 seller worldwide. Unfortunately, the issue at the heart of this hearing is not about loyalty. It's the battle between economics and safety must always come first. The economics of this debate says that Toyota made more money last year in a recession than any other automaker, over $800 million. And Toyota's infrastructure is built on 1,500 auto dealers in this country and numerous manufacturing plants, all of which provide 200,000 needed jobs in this recession. In fact, Mr. Chairman, I have a letter from my governor about the Toyota plant in San Antonio, Texas, and I'll submit that for the record. I am uncomfortably aware of the fact that this government, through the Troubled Asset Relief Program, has given $64 billion to prop up General Motors and Chrysler. This is an inherent conflict of interest, and it has only grown since last month when the General Accountability Office said that the American taxpayer would lose over $30 billion in their investment into those two companies. So we really are not just a disinterested panel of individual car owners and stockholders. This is why we need to get out of the business of bailing out business. But again, nothing should surpass the safety of the American consumer, which is why we are here. A document created by the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration staffer during the course of a 2004 investigation into sudden acceleration shows a spike in these problems starting in 2002, the year that Toyota put in electronic throttle control in some of its cars. We've also learned that State Farm noted an increase in claims related to unintended acceleration as early as 2004 and shared its claims data with the agency in 2006. Yet here we are 4 years later. There isn't a conclusive answer as to what caused the unintended acceleration. Is it Toyota's fault? Is it the fault of the parts dealer, the operator? These questions, of course, are cold comfort for the families who lost loved ones in accidents following an acceleration event, and they deserve answers. But even as we work now to figure out as soon as we can what happened, it is important that we get the full story and the correct answer so we can fix the problems going forward. We know that there were signals that Toyota and the National Highway Transportation Safety Administration both received in the form of driver complaints and warranty claims. We know NHTSA attempted to look into the issue, and for reasons I hope that Secretary LaHood will explain today, NHTSA did not find an electrical problem with Toyota's electronic throttle control. We also know Toyota did lots of testing and field investigations of these events and concluded that the problems were floor mats and sticky pedals, both problems that can be termed mechanical in nature. We do not yet have a good handle on what electrical tests Toyota did on its cars during pre-production. We do not know how Toyota reached a conclusion that the cars were not having electrical problems. We know that Toyota has recently hired an outside firm to run down these problems, but did Toyota do anything as these complaints were coming in? And if not, why not? I hope we start getting a better idea of Toyota's response to these questions today and a fuller picture of what is wrong with these cars. Toyota's reputation for safety and reliability has been stock and trade. I would say to Mr. Lentz, it's why people buy your cars and drive their families in them. It's why I own a Prius. We hope you can explain today why Toyota is confident that floor mats and sticky pedals have caused some of these events and what you are doing to figure out the causes of the other unintended acceleration events. I also welcome Secretary LaHood. He's always worked in a bipartisan manner, and I would like to publicly thank him for coming to my district last fall for a transportation event. His courtesy is always appreciated. But I do look forward to hearing Mr. LaHood explain why it seems that NHTSA has been engaging in a sudden acceleration of Toyota-related inquiries. Why the sudden ramp-up? What was NHTSA doing for the last 5 years as the drivers called the agency to complain about runaway cars? Were the Toyota complaints that NHTSA was seeing different in nature or number than the complaints related to other manufacturers? And I do hope we can get some insight into how NHTSA investigated these complaints. Thank you again, Chairman Waxman, Chairman Stupak, for convening this hearing. I know this will be a start of a long and multi-layered process to discover the truth and what initiated the recalls and what we do going forward to fix the problem for the American consumer.
Thank you, Mr. Burgess.